The subject of Endgame, Omid Scobie's new book, has cooled down a bit by now, but it still excites British journalists. Incidentally, if the Dutch version of this book had not revealed the names of two royal racists, King Charles III and Catherine, Princess of Wales, the discussion would hardly have lasted so long. So whoever came up with this publicity stunt obviously knows a thing or two about product promotion techniques. However, it didn't help much. Scobie's book initially ranked 14th in Amazon's top 100, but not 5 days later, Endgame moved to 139th place in the UK and 235th place in the US. For some reason, the publisher and author also modestly keep silent about the sales volume. Apparently, there is nothing to brag about. Well, the British journalist Clemmie Maudie in her column for The Sun concludes, Endgame means not the final for the monarchy, but an ignominious end for the mad duo, i.e. Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Clemmie Maudie writes, Harry and Meghan will never again have to work by proxy for this family they so clearly despise. In chess, the endgame signals the denouement of a match, the moment when pawns can become key pieces. Endgame is also the name of the final axe that Omid Scobie, Harry and Meghan's main pawn, decided to drop on the royal family's heads. The real irony is not that this book was conceived to warn of the impending end of the monarchy, but that this tome may well mark the end of the frenzied duo. And the book came out in a very timely fashion. A member of the British Parliament is putting forward a bill that could strip the Sussexes of their royal titles forever. Bob Seeley wants to update the 1917 Titles Disqualification Act, which allowed royal titles to be stripped from those who supported Britain's enemies during the First World War, so that it could be applied now. He agreed the wording with the Parliamentary Office, which oversees the bills. The move followed Scobie, inadvertently, calling the King and Princess Catherine royal racists in the Dutch version of his book. Whether or not these conversations, involving speculation about the skin color of the then-unborn Archie, actually took place or not, Omid opened a whole can of worms. His main crime here isn't that he's stirring up division and hatred. It's that he set race relations back 20 years. As ex-politician Trevor Phillips wrote the day before, these claims by Harry and Meghan are distracting the public from the real issue haunting Britain, genuine racial inequality. He explained, the royal feud being fomented by Californians is not just an afterthought. It prevents us from doing what we need to do and slows down vital social progress. We people of color are not snowflakes who need to be protected from any mention of our differences. If we can't be treated like normal people who have normal conversations, including with our non-black relatives, it will take us longer to achieve equality. For months, there was dark speculation about which royal said what. It was cruel and unedifying and has caused divisions in an already divided family. Meghan is a woman who has been subjected to horrific racial slurs. She knows firsthand the horrors of racism and has done an incredible job trying to start a conversation about prejudice. Omid, her mouthpiece, has single-handedly undermined all of that. Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel.